I am joined by no other than Jedi Master Dick Skywalker.
Hello.
And that was Captain Redundant
a
a second
my
ago.
lightsaber around like I just didn't give a fuck.
Here, you need a lightsaber sound. Oh god, it cut out.
No, that was just my voice cracking because I was in the cold all day long.
You're
Here
not.
you go.
Never mind.
I swear it's not puberty, it's the cold.
Alright, we're also joined by the guy you've already heard talking, the redneck nerd, the
Hello.
spatial bounty hunter who kills people in Apex, and hosts our lovely
I wish.
podcast. And then
Oh,
we got the mega.
was I supposed to say hi?
evolved... Oh, you were talking, so I did.
was I supposed to say hi?
We got the knowledgeable artiste, Hiradon here. You know what? That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Your mom's... Never mind. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Today's topic is... we're going to name how we were introduced, not necessarily name, but we're going to pretty much say how we were introduced to Star Wars as you know, small younglings in the Jedi Temple. No, we're going to say how we were introduced to Star Wars and also, you know, our top
Master
two...
Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we going to do?
Wow.
Well,
Master Skywalker. There's too many of them. What are we going to do? Execute Order 66.
That was his best voice all night. You have to talk like that the rest of the podcast now.
dude, could you imagine if he actually pulled that off?
Power.
Master Yoda.
His
I've been
voice in
waiting
the
for
morning.
this match.
Reagan, if you can maintain that voice the entire time of the podcast, I will give 1 sub to your Twitch channel.
Do not underestimate my power.
How you doing, CF?
Let me
Welcome
try
to the
this.
show.
Let me try this. I am the Senate.
Oh, God. Family and Jeffrey.
Welcome to the show, CF. Thank you for coming.
I am the Senate.
Damn.
Oh, fuck, I'm coming over a cold. It hurts.
Your friends will be your weakness.
Yo, your voice is already cracking. You're gonna be
Oh,
fucked
God.
if you try to hold that up all night.
Guys, I really want to play Star Wars The Force Unleashed again.
No. You know, guys, I lost. No gifted sub. You could have given CF a sub in my channel, but no.
Damn.
CF will never get the emotes.
Yeah, just tell CF that it was all your fault because you could have maintained it, but you bitched out. No, I'm kidding. I love you.
Damn.
Damn, boy!
It's getting busted.
Okay, so first we're going to start off with our good old, you know, the redneck nerd. Pretty much telling how he got introduced into Star Wars and his top 2 iconic moments.
Okay.
Ouch.
What, did it hurt to give it away?
Ow.
Was that sarcasm?
No. Dick Skywalker decided to subscribe. And now the thingy went off.
Resubscribe, thank you.
Dick Skywalker in the house. Alright. Shall I begin?
Yo, make CF say something real quick.
You can't make anyone say anything, man.
Say something.
I think he might be in Keith's stream now.
He's right in
but-
my stream right now.
Yeah,
He
he's
said
not
he
mine.
would have appreciated the sub.
he would have had a Metroid emote, and my badge is gonna be a Meta Knight face when I'm done making it.
Tell him to get back into.
I need to make some more emotes soon.
But
anyways, yeah, we're gonna start off with Keith, pretty
All
much telling his story. So Keith, go ahead, hit us with the nostalgia.
It started like I might have been 3.
3, wow, okay.
I might have
like
3. Well, like because my dad knew, so I didn't actually see the prequels when I was little. Like my dad went to see them when they came out. So I would have been like 4 when they finally came out. But my dad wanted to get me into Star Wars, so I don't know. I don't know if I was 3 or 4, maybe even 5. I know he didn't like the first 2 prequels. But one day he's just like, "I want to show you this, like these movies." Like, so he like started watching these movies, and so like, I knew about Star Wars. I knew like a Jedi was the guy with the laser sword and all that. Dad's like, it's a lightsaber. Call it what it is, and it was like just a Saturday night or whatever, and we started like watching all of them, and I didn't. So because of this, I didn't know any of the twists, and so like I was watching it, episode 4. 4 I thought was a bit dry in a few spots, but like overall I was engaged throughout it. But then 5 happened, and like this is like the same night, and a whole father twist. I was like, he's fucking lying. Like 5-year-old me was like, he's fucking lying. So
I like how you got to experience the fact.
So
like,
this is why. So
that you didn't believe it. That's actually cool.
So I didn't know it until like after it was over. I'm like, Dad, is that true? Like, are they trying to fuck with my head there? And he's like, yeah, that's true. And so then I saw episode 6, and episode 6 was like the culmination of all the ending.
Mm-hmm.
And I still it didn't grab me like 5 did. Like they cut off his hand, man. Like that, like a little kid. Me seeing that, like that's freaky. And so like 5 was always like the one like for me because of that twist in it. And I like the episode 5's lightsaber fight more than I like episode 6's.
I think there was more to 5, and I also think it's more like I think Empire's. Oh, why am I putting out my opinions out there? This is Keith.
Oh yeah, let me go. But I'm gonna keep going, and I didn't see the first 2 until I was in the first 2 until I was in college. I knew about the story in the first 2 because I played the Lego games, but because I just knew that everyone talked shit about it. But we gotta go see episode 3, and episode 3 was my favorite for the longest time until 5. So I saw 5 again and I liked it again. But like episode 3, wow. I think I might have been like 12 when that came out.
Episode 3, that was 2005.
Okay, so I was 10.
Okay.
So I would have been 10, about 10. And I was like, whoa. It was like episode 5. Like, I knew what was going to happen. I knew, like, all right, I didn't know it was going to be that great of a duel, but I knew that he was going to fall. And, like, that was it. Like, that was really awesome. And eventually I did see the prequels in college, which I ended up liking, actually. I actually started liking them a bit, because, like, I don't know, I think, like, the politics stuff is, like, a little bit better when you're older.
Yeah.
But then, oh man, I kind of want to say like then a sequel started coming out, and that's how I got Bailey into it. But I kind of want to save that for whenever, if she ever gets a chance to talk.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my story.
So yeah, I think it's really cool, Keith, that like you actually got to experience 5 the way that people did, like when they actually watched Empire got to experience Empire Strikes Back.
When my kids are like 5 or 6, like before they like old enough to figure out like the internet and like have it spoiled for them, I'm showing them Star Wars so they can.
You should really check out YouTube videos of parents doing exactly what you want to do. They're actually pretty great.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a few of them, and I really want to do that like for my kids.
It's like more important than Santa.
Oh, yeah. We can go see Santa after you finish Empire.
I want to go to the Halloween parade. No, you're watching Empire.
You're now of age.
You need to complete your training.
For real, like that, 100%. You guys should do the same thing.
But Dad, I want to go trick or treating with my friends. Your friends blind you.
You can only go dressed as Darth Vader.
No.
You will now dress as Darth Vader.
Motherfucker, when I have kids, I'm Darth Vader. Because after we watch episode 5, when we go trick or treating, I'm gonna tell them I'm their father.
Dang.
Oh, you gotta let them have the impression that they're adopted until then, and then you.
Okay.
Yo, could you imagine?
The longest con.
Longer than the long con. It's just fucking mind fuck con.
Well, geez, Reagan, what if someone does that to you? Can you imagine that? Why is it quiet?
What's that?
Oh,
You're quiet. No, I'm just.
I thought Reagan was offended. I thought Reagan was offended.
No, what was I offended from?
Oh, I said like because you were in the foster care, so like imagine if someone just came up to you and said that.
You know what? If it would be somebody other than my biological father, I'd be okay with it.
Damn.
Respect.
LOL.
Imagine. So even what if it was like the Darth Vader looking homeless dude? He just comes up to you and says it.
You know what?
The breathing problem and everything.
Send it. Send it. He just comes to me. Hello there.
Hello.
What are you reckoning?
That just sounded more like Bane.
Yeah, I know.
That was the joke.
Wow.
Yeah, because he'd have wouldn't actually never mind.
Why
Anyways,
the fuck is Bane
impersonating
Obi-Wan?
So what are your did you name your top 2 moments, Keith? Like in the franchise that you believe that
I
are really
I didn't
iconic?
say what they were, but I talked about them.
Yeah.
Top 2 moments.
So pretty much say exactly what they were.
Top 2 moments. First one, I am your father. Because I got to experience that, hands down.
Yeah, you got to experience it the way it should be experienced.
Hands down. Oh, come on, that was funny.
Oh yeah, I mean it was punny, not funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hand jokes, they're overrated. Just like having 2 hands.
Okay.
So I got it handed to you though.
I got a hand. I
Second one was the duel of Mustafar.
You know what? Yeah, I can't argue with you there. I'm pretty sure that might be in everyone.
When I saw that, hands down the best. People say it looks really badly orchestrated, but I'm like, that's kind of part of it. It's supposed to be 2 perfect fighters duking it out, and that was what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you. It was absolutely awesome. And
it's the
bonus,
change to
if any of you were around the time, they made a PS2 and Xbox exclusive called Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith.
I was going to talk about that. If you beat the game, you beat the game, you get the alternate ending where Anakin wins the duel.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let's be honest. After that
killed
ending,
the Emperor.
Yeah, he kills the Emperor and he says, "I now rule the galaxy." But let's be honest. Anakin has no experience in politics. The Empire wouldn't last long.
Truth.
You're right. I think his reign would last long, but I don't think entire,
Oh, he would have been the most powerful Sith Lord of all time. That's for sure.
I think Palpatine would have never sent him there because I think he already knew that Obi-Wan would have win the fight, which would further Anakin's path.
I don't think he knew. Okay, see how shocked he was and worried he was about Anakin.
I don't know, because I don't know.
I feel like I think he knew. I think he wanted this because actually, okay, there was this great video I saw. It was from these guys from Red Letter Media. You know these guys? And they did just this whole video that was just bringing up these oddly specific factoids about Darth Vader's suit. And the more you think about it, the more hilarious it becomes.
Oh, yeah. How he made it weak to electricity and everything?
No. There's a fucking Emperor Palpatine surgical reconstructions. What? And it talks about how the apparatus kind of really sucks to wear because the suit kind of just feels really bad on his burned skin and everything.
Oh, he did intentionally make it so it's they explained in Legends a bit, even though it's not canon, but it did say that he made it so it'd be as uncomfortable as possible on him.
So I do have one question: is the Clone Wars series, is that actually the?
Yes, that is canon.
Okay, so here's something that's funny. Even before Anakin went to the dark side or whatever, he was force choking random people. If you watch the Clone Wars series.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
not random people, but people that he was supposed to interrogate. He would actually instead of just doing it the jet, he would force choke them, and people had to keep telling him to stop. And
yeah. I like the Clone Wars series for a little bit. There's a lot of episodes that I did not like, though.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of filler content, but I kind of like
the Clone Wars was supposed to be more of an anthology, right? That you could kind of watch it in any particular order. Yeah. I heard a lot of the later seasons were actually really fucking good.
Oh, yeah, it's something that gets better with age, because the animation gets better, too.
Yeah. I like the episode when Yoda went to the Sith homeworld. And he saw Darth Bane. I think it was Darth Bane.
Dude, I wish The Force Unleashed was still canon.
I wish KOTOR was canon. Revan was cool.
A lot of those were canon, dude. That's just sad. Disney said...
So is Bounty Hunter canon when, the Path of Jango,
they were...
eventually meeting Dooku?
They were all canon. Star Wars has its own canon library things
you know what's the most bullshit thing is the current owner of Star Wars says it's hard to make content.
I was going to say that
for Star Wars because we don't have a lot of comics like Marvel does. Shut up,
dude. There's comics for literally.
You don't have to make what's been decanonized canon again. You could just pick and pull parts that you like from it. We're okay.
That's literally what Marvel does.
Okay. Yeah. The movies are its own cinematic universe separate from the comics now. It doesn't really matter that much. Just pick and pull, whatever you like. But yeah.
What's that, Riggs? Or Richie? You're cutting out.
Yeah, you're really quiet. All he's talking to is,
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you guys calling on me for something?
We thought you said something.
No. I was trying to be quiet.
Okay.
Talking about it for a second.
But yeah, everything was pretty much canon. Almost everything was canon to an extent. The Force Unleashed. You know the crest for the Rebels, their logo.
Mm-hmm.
That was supposed to be Starkiller, his original family. That was his family crest.
Oh wow!
That was originally like he was the reason why the rebellion was born.
Actually, like, I think about Force Unleashed, and I just keep remembering that meme that, like, it was like when Starkiller's confronting Vader, and she just says, like, your feelings for her, they're not real. It's like, they're real to me.
That was the second one.
This reaction to, like, people obsessed with their anime.
Was that I think, wasn't that in the sequel?
That was a sequel, yes.
So, yeah. Yeah, I just think, every time I hear Force
I didn't think the sequel was as good,
like,
but the first one was.
That promoted that promoted the Force Unleashed 2 has like Palpatine and Vader, and he's talking to Vader. He's like, "Are you sad that your secret apprentice died?" He's like, "Yes." "It's okay. You have me." And he hugs Vader and.
That's called an abusive relationship.
I mean, it really was. But yeah. The first one used to be canon, man. The second one was actually considered canon too, to an extent.
I think only like one ending in the first one was canon, and one ending.
No, because in the first one, there's two endings. There's the dark side ending and the light side ending. Only the light side ending was because in the light side ending he.
And there was two endings in the
sacrificed
second one, too.
himself so the rebellion can live. And the dark side ending, he kills Darth Vader entirely. And,
and then he becomes the new apprentice.
He becomes the new Vader.
Yeah, he was called Sith Stalker, which is weird.
Well, that's just the name of the armor, Sith Stalker armor.
Oh yeah, it's still Starkiller.
Yeah, but the second one, they said the good ending was canon, but it doesn't really make sense because in a good ending,
they captured Vader.
They captured Vader, yeah, and I think they were trying to do a third one, but it got canceled. And I haven't played Jedi Fallen Order yet, but I'm hoping for like a similar experience. I really like those games.
Have you played Sekiro?
No, I have not.
Have you played Dark Souls?
Yes, I know what it is. I've seen gameplay.
Okay.
I know it's basically Samurai Dark Souls.
It's a light version of that. So
yeah.
And I'd say that's very good. So, yeah.
Apparently, people are calling the Jedi Fallen Order baby's first Dark Souls.
It kind of is, but that's not a bad thing. I don't think. So.
Does someone want to go next? Because I've realized I've accidentally taken up a lot of our time.
Oh, that's okay. Richie.
Yes, I was hoping I would be next. Okay, so.
Sorry, guys.
How I was introduced to Star Wars. Very easy one. It was actually through my mom. So, we went to the Poconos and to house sit for my grandparents on my father's side of the house. This is whenever I'm like 5 or 6, maybe, somewhere along those lines, right? Episode 1 just came out. Okay.
Wait, wasn't 99 when Episode 1 came out?
It did.
Then maybe I was even younger than what
it might have been 2 or 3.
Or it might have been like a re-showing. I know it wasn't episode. I'm almost positive it was Episode 1, but it might have been like a re-show of Episode 1.
Because you were a huge fan of Jar Jar.
Yes, exactly. So, I saw it whenever I was really young. Honestly, I don't really remember it, but I fell in love with it, and so I just like started getting toys constantly because that's the only toy that I wanted, and so on was Star Wars. Just everything. Star Wars.
And you had that kid Dylan that always tried to get that Jango Fett toy from Richie.
Yeah, I know, right? Did I give
he
you that or no? I swear
no, you didn't.
He still
no,
is.
You didn't. Nope. You said you're like it's too rare.
No, there's no way. I swear.
You gave me a different one. You gave me like the McDonald's one that didn't move.
No, I didn't have the moving one.
Yeah, you did.
I had the.
Oh my God! They're still going at it. It's been 20 years, guys.
No, the one I was talking about was the one with the jetpack. You gave me the one without a jetpack.
No way! I don't
yes,
know, bro.
It had no jetpack. You gave me a Boba Fett.
They're still fighting over it. All these years.
Send the photo, motherfucker. Because I gave you that thing recently because I decided that it wasn't worth like too much money, so I was going to give it to you.
Yeah, the boba is recently, but the Django was like when I was kids because you had like three of the ones with
Django.
jetpack.
Yeah, no, you're right. I meant the Boba Fett, the old style Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, you gave me the good boba. I'm just saying.
Son of a bitch! I remember that thing. You were hoarding those, Richie.
You're right.
Richie, I remember those. You had like 3 like of these ones, and you're like, I'm saving these for a rainy day or something.
Listen, I had a lot of Star Wars toys, okay?
You did. I was jealous.
You still have them?
Episode 1 whenever it was coming out, so maybe I was only like 2.5 or so.
Some of those might be worth some money right now, soon.
Dude, he had like a huge Rancor. It was like the coolest thing.
He did have a Rancor. I remember that.
Have it. I still own that. I actually have that in New Jersey right now.
And then he had the AT-AT.
Oh yeah, he did.
He had the Millennium Falcon too.
Yes.
Dude, you just took me back. I haven't seen those in years.
As many things as you could possibly fucking imagine. I had almost every Star Wars toy there was. And I didn't even...
You had a lot of the original trilogy stuff, too.
But I know I have, like, one Wookiee warrior that I ripped his arms off for some reason. Like, this man went through some serious hell on the battlefield. He's armless, he's got one leg missing, like, he got fucked up. Chewie had a bad day.
He's one of those Wookiees you sacrificed in the original Battlefront 2.
Right, exactly. Like, he's just the Wookiee that you feel a little bit bad for because he didn't know what he was signing up for. But he got absolutely bodied for no reason, and now he's like, well, fuck. I mean, I didn't realize they were going to have lightsabers, too.
Oh, I remember my first lightsaber. My first Star Wars lightsaber. It was Qui-Gon Jinn's. The green one.
I still remember lightsaber dueling Dylan, and he always said that I cheated just because I fucking jabbed at him. But
he spam jabbed. He spammed it. He just went poke.
Typical S-Talk user.
This boy was not playing Star Wars. He was fencing.
Quit spamming side B.
It is a legal move. Only one spot where in Star Wars they're like,
S-Talk
no,
noob.
You're not allowed to. You're cheating. It doesn't happen. Because guess what? It's not cheating. It's perfectly fair. Dylan was just salty that I constantly beat him in the lightsaber battles because of it. Instead of adapting, this man just cried. No, I'm kidding.
I sound like the entire Smash community.
Oh my god.
Salt overload.
I know.
CF, pour some salt in the chat.
You just told me right now. Who's like,
hey, what? I just heard
but yeah, so
talking.
I
like,
had
what?
I saw the first movie, and from that point, I had to watch the rest. After the first one, I got introduced to the old trilogy, and then I caught episode 2 and 3 as they were coming out. So I kept up on that, enjoyed the hell out of the toys, constantly collected them up until the point where I decided, you know what? I'm not getting any more Star Wars. I don't need any more Star Wars, and I'm glad that I got to that point because, goddamn, these new movies, I would hate to have the toys. Like the action figures, they just do not seem right to me anymore. But on top of that,
when did you see the original trilogy?
On
VHS.
My top 2 moments, obviously, Luke.
Yo!
What?
I would like to welcome Klebby.
I was wondering if anyone was going to see him or not. I was going to mention
I
it.
just heard
You
it
didn't
talk.
notice him? I noticed him right away. I just wasn't going to say anything because I was like, my turn. Damn it.
Continue your turn. We are listening.
Yes, sir. So, Luke finding out that Vader was his father is a moment one for me. Because, you know, everybody compares me to Luke Skywalker. Big Luke Skywalker fan. And so that moment was just huge. And the next moment is actually different than what Keith's is. I know the battle was epic and everything. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But it's actually from one of the newer movies. It's whenever Luke actually, like, dies. Like, the whole Kylo thing. And then just, like,
That was the one good scene in the movie because it made more sense than every other scene.
Yes, dude, that was the scene for me, and like I could go all day trying to pick out different scenes in Star Wars.
Only thing that would have made that better if he had a green lightsaber.
Right. It's
yes.
just like I could go on and on. There's always going to be at least one scene that you could be like, maybe this is better than that scene, or this is better than that scene. Like, it could be debated until the end of time. But one thing I can say with absolute certainty is that scene with Luke Skywalker in these newer movies was just top of the line, just one of the best, you know?
I'll give you that.
Are we supposed to limit our choices to, like, the original 6 movies?
No. Anything Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay, so what exactly does what does Star Wars mean to you, Dick Skywalker?
What's it mean to me? Bro.
Yeah. Like, what does it mean to you?
Skywalker is in my Twitch name, bro. I mean, Star Wars means so much. Come on. My childhood, my middle years, it was just a large part of my life over.
My adult years?
Every single movie. I got
every morning I wake up.
And I piss excellence.
And I...
Big red gun. No, wait, wrong movie.
Fake! We have a faker. His name is Foe.
Oh, God.
JK, LOL. Alright. Next, I guess, Kiradon. We're about to hear your... Actually, no, Kleb is here now, so we're going to go ahead and move on to him.
He can't stay long.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Kiradon.
It's not fair.
Listen,
Kiradon, it's
saving the best for last.
Yeah,
he's going to turn into Anakin on us and kill us all.
I'll go after Kleb, and then we'll save Kiradon for last because he got some lore in his brain, bruh.
Best
yeah, he just put him last.
Because the best for last.
Ooh.
He's a good finisher. Alright, you ready?
Finisher.
Yeah,
we're ready.
Alright, so what's the first part?
How are you introduced in Star Wars, and what does it mean to you?
Did anybody catch what I said earlier?
Not exactly.
VHS.
Yes, the VHS. The first time I watched Star Wars was just Star Wars on VHS, like A New Hope.
Wasn't called that then.
It was just called. I'm pretty sure on the VHS it was just Star Wars.
Probably did.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
my dad had the same one. It's
hard to remember exact details, but yeah, dude, on the VHS tapes of the original trilogy, like Jabba when he was the puppet, or actually no, in the VHS Jabba was actually a guy, like an actual human, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the VHS. He was an actual human. He wasn't a puppet, and then they did re-release it as a puppet, and then they re-released it again as CG. But it was just a guy. Looked like another smuggler.
Holy fish paste!
I don't remember that
one. But it was the original trilogy on VHS, and dude, I love those things, and like I kept them. I kept them around and just because I thought they were amazing. And I don't know what happened to them, but they just disappeared one day. But that's how I got introduced, and my favorite out of them was Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. That should have been Revenge of the Jedi, but we all know how that turned out. And it was just that was the one I watched the most, especially when I had the VHS tapes. But then they made the re-releases, and I got introduced to the original or the prequel trilogy. I didn't see Phantom Menace in theaters, nor Attack of the Clones, but I did see Revenge of the Sith in theaters, and I think the Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. Episode 6 has been my favorite for probably, who knows, 15 years maybe, but I think Episode 3 takes it. And one thing I was thinking about today was what me and Final were talking about. What's the most iconic thing about Star Wars? and I actually thought about a few things, but you know, a lot. You think about a lot of stuff from the original trilogy. You know what I mean? From like the Empire with Luke, I am your father. Like that might be the most iconic thing. Or the fight at the very end of Episode 6, or Han shot first. You know, so many iconic moments, especially John Williams scores. Like you could, if I ask you, like, here, I'm just gonna do a little game. All right, Dylan, you could probably hum something from the original trilogy, right?
Do it.
Or like sing something or whatever. You know what I mean? Like when you think of iconic, you think of that iconic music from the originals, right? Okay, yeah. There's so many that you can do. Like, I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I wanted to do this. You could do that probably like
This
5
man's
different
gonna be
songs.
doing that the rest of the
He's
night.
not gonna
Just
stop.
Keep going harder.
Now, hold on, stop.
Okay.
Now, that's iconic, right? Now, do the same thing, but from the prequel trilogy.
It's that one.
All right, ready? So
You did this to yourself.
Now do Jaws.
No, don't get started.
Okay.
Started. All right, here we go. So that's iconic, right? Like those, you know, when you think of something iconic, you start thinking of the Imperial March or something from Episode 6, or Duel of Fates from Episode...
That was from 5, by the way. Imperial March was 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
Where it's originally from. Yeah, I'm so used to watching 6.
Yeah.
But that's iconic. And when you think of iconic, can you hum anything just real quick? Can you hum anything from the sequel trilogy or no?
No.
That's because it's not iconic.
I've only seen each sequel movie like twice, so I can't.
Well, I don't think there's anything actually like new about the new. Like they still use the OG music.
That's the difference between that's what iconic means. When you think of iconic, you're not going to think of sequel trilogy. That's just an example of why. But actually, Ray's theme is awesome. If you just look up Ray's theme, it's
I was
really
humming
good.
it.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good. It's just not as iconic. But I was gonna say, I think the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy are equally as iconic to each other because they complement each other perfectly.
They're like opposites of a coin.
Yeah,
They're very
like
different, but it works.
They fit together. It's like when now you said what does Star Wars mean to you? Well, to me, it's when I hear Star Wars, I think of episodes 1 through 6, and what's within that. So that would be the Clone Wars, that would be Mandalorian, that would be Solo, that would be Rogue One, that would be Rebels. Anything that happens from, so this would exclude the Old Republic, this would exclude the sequel trilogies. It would just whatever happened between Episode 1 and Episode 6, because the Skywalker story of Luke and Anakin, that's Star Wars. That's what I think of. Like just that the rise and the fall and the redemption of Vader and Anakin. And I think they're equally iconic because you have those perfect scenes in the original trilogy of Luke beating the dark side and turning his father back to bring balance to the Force, which is like a great ending, and then you got the prequel trilogy that perfectly shows how Anakin went down that path. I mean, even like Dylan, we were talking that the cringy Anakin scenes from Attack of the Clones with Padme, like, yeah, that's cringy. I mean, I could make a better CG pair than he did.
I don't like sand.
It's everywhere. But
I've actually gone to forgive that.
At the same time, that you really get to see how he falls in love with Padme in that movie, and then it means so much more whenever he kills her in the third movie. So it's the storytelling, like it complements, and you get to then you understand Vader. You understand when you think about the original trilogy. You think like I love watching the mashups. Like they're so amazing. They make me tear up when it shows original trilogy clips of Vader and Obi-Wan, and then it shows flashbacks to this prequel trilogy.
Oh, I like that. The
Obi-Wan
is PTSD video.
It's all one story. It's one cohesive, amazing story. And then last thing I'll say, the reason I think it is probably the best movie franchise ever. I think MCU, right? And I think one of the best story arcs in cinema is Tony Stark. From where he started as a playboy, he didn't care, to where he ended. You know what I mean? Saving the universe.
Sacrificing himself.
Yeah, super selfless. And what he went through to get to that point. I mean, it was amazing. But the Star Wars franchise, from episodes 1 through 6, it's the same thing, but it does it in a very creative and unique way, where it starts you in the middle in episode 4, and you can get that if you just watch the original trilogy, but then it shows you the prequels, which when the prequels end, it ends on a bad note with Anakin basically dying and turning to Vader. And then you get a whole new understanding of the original trilogy and how that came about. And then the franchises within that, like the Clone Wars and Mandalorian and stuff, that just add to it even more. Like Rogue One, you get to see the importance of that mission and how it ended and how it led right into it. Like everything within that, those 6 movies, just is one amazing story of Skywalkers. And then you got the sequels and the Old Republic, which are cool, and then the games, but Star Wars episodes 1 through 6, starring Anakin. Annie.
Little Annie.
I want to add to that.
Happy to see you.
I really want to add to that, though.
Annie.
People call the original the prequels, I mean, like cringy, especially with like Anakin.
Yeah.
Name 2 teenagers that aren't cringy though.
Exactly. It felt real. Like I don't keep trying to bash on the sequels, but just think about the episode 7 and 8, and then think about the trailers we've been getting for the new movie. Like, it just seems like cheesy,
it seems like a Marvel movie. It
one-liners.
doesn't seem like Star Wars.
It doesn't feel like authentic and real and like cringy.
I didn't watch any of the new trailers yet.
Attack of the Clones, like you can say what you want about it, but it had heart to it,
Yeah.
Same thing with episode 3, which I think is one of the greatest movies ever.
Hey, Cleb.
Especially if George Lucas could have did what he wanted to. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on before they were made non-canon, but like say Legends, whatever, the Force Unleashed or everything, I like all that.
Bounty
Well,
Hunter.
I think one of the best things about Legends is Mara Jade or Mara Jade.
Yeah.
Jordan, you know who I'm talking about?
Luke Skywalker's wife.
Yeah, Luke's wife.
She has an awesome character.
Yeah, she is amazing, dude. She was a personal assassin for the Emperor, and her goal was to kill Luke, and she ended up falling in love with him. It was just a great story. Stuff like that. What I think is even better than what is now Legends, what used to be canon. I think what's better than that is before any of this started, before any of the comics came out or the novels came out or anything, the original scripts for the movie. I think the original, if they would have went and could have done the original script for Return of the Jedi, and it was supposed to be Revenge of the Jedi, and they would have been in a lava castle fighting, and then the ghost, of Yoda and Obi-Wan showed up to help Luke fight the Emperor, all that stuff. I think that would have been the greatest movie ever. And then if they could have went with the original script for episode 3 and added what they wanted to with.
Did you ever see like all the deleted scenes of episode 3? Like if you ever had the there's so much. There's like at least I think there's 2 more Grievous scenes. There's 2 Shock T scenes.
There's 3 Shock T scenes.
I thought you were gonna talk about that.
She died so many times.
I thought you were gonna talk about that one like behind the scenes footage where C-3PO walks into the set. Like he like trips over something and just crashes through the green screen or something. That was fine.
But to answer your question, I think Legends is amazing. I love it. That's especially when you get into I actually really like the Old Republic. I just think it's its own standalone thing outside of the Skywalker.
I like the novels when it comes to the anything that's Old Republic. I like the novels the most.
Yeah, it's awesome. Sequels, they're good in their own respects. I just don't think they should be connected to the Skywalker saga.
Especially if you're just going to kill the OG characters.
Yeah, nothing against it. I just think there's no need for it to be connected. Like the Skywalker saga is a cohesive story within episode 1 to 6.
Theory, but I'll wait for my section. How long do you guys want me to ramble?
However long you feel like it.
Oh boy. Getting ready.
We're way over time, but we're going to keep going.
But that's really all, like, what it means. With Star Wars is the rise and fall of Anakin in the prequels, and then his redemption from Luke, or because of Luke in the originals. That's it.
That was really sad, Club.
Yeah.
So there's a Star Wars Rebel scene where
I hate
Darth
Rebels.
Maul and I mean, it's not like, I think it's an extra, but it's Obi-Wan and Maul. They have like their last.
Okay, that's the best part.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan wins, and then Maul's like, "Is he the chosen one?" And Obi-Wan says yes. He's like, hopefully he'll be the savior of the Force or something like that. I'm like, wow, Maul just.
No.
I think Maul came there to die because he had nothing else to live for.
No, specifically Maul said he will avenge us. Because I feel like, in a way, Maul and Obi-Wan are the only 2 people left in the galaxy that get each other.
Kenobi.
Yoda was still alive at the time.
No, they get each other. Okay?
Yeah.
They've had their lives ruined by the Sith, okay? They both know it. But they both also hate each other. But
it wasn't for their
feel like kindred.
Best friends. But
they kind of like have like this weird kinship in that where like they're 2 old relics,
Yeah, Maul hated the Sith just as much.
Yeah, he was just a tool. He was the hammer.
Because whenever Sidious found out that Maul was still alive, he tried to get him killed.
I think Darth Maul. What does that translate to? The hammer. I want to say that, but yeah, he did. But real quick, Redneck, have you? I don't know if you've read any of the new canon, but some of the new canon is pretty good. Like the comics they're coming out with.
Okay, the Darth Vader comics.
Really good, really good.
I'm loving those.
I love what they've been actually doing with Vader lately.
Giving Vader some love.
Especially with, like, Rogue One had that amazing scene.
Dude, I get chills every time I watch that.
Like, I love seeing, like, don't get me wrong, I loved him in the original trilogy, but you never actually got to see, like, the destruction and badass side of Vader in the original trilogy. Like, yeah, he, just randomly force-choked people that were working for him, but...
I think, like, the most impressive thing he did was force-choke a guy on a completely different ship.
Yeah.
Just like...
Well, he did it because, like, no one fucking respected him, for one.
No. I'm pretty sure everybody knew to be afraid of the guy who could force choke you from 1,000 light years away.
A lot of people didn't believe it, though. He like the one guy. The first time he does it in episode 4, he calls him just like a creepy old space wizard or something, and then he chokes it. Like he didn't know he could actually do that. Like because the Jedi.
Well, they definitely knew afterwards.
Yeah.
And then, real quick before we move on, though, it was said earlier, I think Dick Skywalker brought it up with the scene with Luke in the most recent movie, The Last Jedi. I thought that was such a great scene at the end. I didn't like what they did with his character in the beginning and in the middle of the movie, but the final act was great.
Yeah.
That's
my favorite scene in Last Jedi. My favorite scenes in Last Jedi were actually just Luke reuniting with R2 and then Yoda. Because that felt the most classic Star Wars that's ever been in a long time.
It really
and then and that where's Han moment.
Yeah.
No,
he didn't get to see
sad.
Han again.
No. It's just him interacting with Yoda was so nice to see again.
The sacred text.
But that scene was great. That's what but I do like in the sequels, if you really look into it, it really is mirroring the originals, which isn't a bad thing. Like that's what Obi-Wan did. You know what I mean? Obi-Wan didn't really fight Vader. He just kind of stalled him for Luke and Leia and Han to get away, and that's what Luke did to Kylo. He stalled him for the Resistance to get away. And you know what I mean? When it was all said and done, he just became one with the Force. So I thought that was great because the Jedi, we all want to see him be a warrior and go all crazy like in the Old Republic, but that's not.
Do you think we're gonna see? Okay, this is actually a question I got for you. Do you think we're gonna see Vader like in the next one?
Hayden Christensen's already reported in it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
The answer is no, because Vader died in Episode 6.
Okay, so it's gonna be Anakin Skywalker. Okay.
But his Force ghost appeared in Return of the Jedi.
He's talking about Vader died, but Anakin.
Not originally.
No, I meant when Vader died, Palpatine or Sidious down the Death Star thing, and apparently.
But then again, no one has ever really gone, as they say in the trailer.
So what do you think? What do you think the whole Palpatine thing is necessarily? Now that we've seen trailers.
All right, we've seen Dark Rey.
I don't know. I don't even want to try to figure it out anymore.
Yeah, like I used to think that the whole thing was that like Rey was some kind of vessel for Palpatine, but now it's just I don't know.
Now it's just like
the Dark Rey might be just like a vision like that she has or something.
So we know the Knights of Ren are in it. I'm going back to one of my old theories. I think it's going to be Rey turning to the dark, as we've seen in the trailer. Because Rey has said, "I've seen you turn to the light." No, I've seen you turn to the dark. I think it's going to be a switcheroo.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Kylo's going to get redeemed, and it might be by.
By the way, be careful, guys.
Whenever he sees Rey. Really? Whenever he sees Rey turn, maybe that forces him to.
Yeah, the entire script was sold on eBay.
Dang.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
The entire script for 9 was sold on eBay.
Ew.
Could be bullshit. I don't know.
I read all the leaks and all that stuff because it just sounded too bad to be true. So
I've seen a lot of bad leaks too, and I don't know.
Which I don't know. It might not be true. It sounded so bad. I don't believe it.
Yo, Cleb, you down to see it when I'm home?
What day? I got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
I'm taking that day off, guys.
Whatever day is like the closest.
Monday,
release date.
Monday night. When's the release date again? 22nd?
It will be. It's the 20th is the release day, I think. But then like the 19th.
Wait. You guys are going to both be in Pennsylvania for that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, Monica and I are coming to visit my dad. We're driving out on the 20th. I have to be back home back here by the 28th because
bro, we gotta see it.
Well,
is your mom seeing it with that one dude?
Monday night,
guys.
Wait, what?
Is your mom seeing it with that one person that she usually goes sees the Star Wars movie with?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but she's not coming down to PA with Monica and I.
Well, I figured.
For me, my dad, and everything. But.
Oh, she hasn't met your dad yet?
No, not yet.
But I'm only available Monday or Tuesday.
Alright. Monday the what and Tuesday the what?
Monday the 23rd and Tuesday the 24th.
Okay.
It should be free one of those days. I would try to make sure that.
Are you guys going to see it the 19th or 20th and then see it
I
again?
am going on the 20th. I already took that day off.
I'm probably going to
I took it off.
Yeah, I'll probably wait too. I'll probably wait as well.
I'll wait.
I won't spoil a damn thing for you guys.
I'll delete all social media. You guys won't even hear
Dude,
me.
Keith, you better not, because Bailey fucking spoiled the end for me, and I will never get that shit. Like,
What did she spoil for you?
Hurt.
Oh, I remember
she
that.
spoiled Iron Man fucking dying, bro. Like, that one.
Dude, she was distraught too.
Right before the movie, she spoiled it. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and.
I was there. We were playing Apex.
Yes.
I remember that. She was like bawling her eyes out.
I was in the bathroom and I came back. And you're like, bro. I'm like, what? They're like, Bailey just told me Iron Man dies. I'm like, oh shit.
Why'd you tell him that?
Well, because he had already seen him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw it at the IMAX in Nashville.
You should have told him it's not true.
But yeah, that
was
a rubber shirt. I could not believe that shit. So no spoiling.
That's like that's when everybody. I think the only time I ever got spoiled is when people told me that Han Solo died in Force Awakens.
Same.
And I was senior year of high school too, and everyone watched it like the night premiere, and I didn't get to because
No, I saw it pop up. People were randomly posting the exact clip of him getting stabbed.
I'll be completely honest. People were actually like, when it came to Endgame, people were pretty, like, they waited a week before all the spoilers started going out.
Yeah.
People were actually pretty decent about Endgame. I didn't see too many spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, Infinity War was really bad, but Endgame was, when it came to spoilers.
Yeah, I meant to say Infinity War. I think I said actually for the one that was spoiled.
No, Endgame's the one when Iron Man dies, bro.
Yeah.
Infinity. Yeah.
Fuck. I'm all mixed up, bro.
Anyway,
I remember when she did that to you, man.
Your reasons and everything, like, I love your explanation of, like, how Star Wars is to you, like, Anakin Skywalker's journey. I really like how you explain that. That's actually, like...
Yes.
Just, like, you weren't here for it, but, Keith was saying, like, how that Luke, I am your father... It was like the most iconic for him because he actually like got to experience and be surprised at the fact that, Vader was Luke's father because he watched it like those first before experiencing. Like I was like, okay, and I think that's really cool that even though Keith wasn't born like in the time of Empire and all of that, he still got to experience the movie like it should be experienced.
My kids will experience it that way.
Yeah, we were saying like little Timmy like trick or treating or whatever. Like I just want. Can I go trick or treating? No, you're gonna watch Empire. But my friends are waiting for me. Your friends blind you.
I mean, dead serious. I'll do it.
Anyways, I'll go now. Okay.
Do it.
So I was. Do it. I was introduced to Star Wars, like, actually later than you guys were, because for the longest time, I was like, obsessive over 3 different series, which was Pokemon, Scooby-Doo, and Spider-Man. That's all I cared about.
I remember that.
Oh, no, you didn't know me in my Scooby-Doo days, bro.
I didn't?
Nope.
Oh.
Anyways, that was when I was little. But that's like those 3 things are the only things I ever actually like cared about, and I think it was I saw on TV, like, the advertisements for, like, the Burger King commercial for Star Wars Episode 3. It had, like, Chewbacca, Vader, and Yoda.
I had one. I had Padme.
Yeah, well, they were waiting in line at a Burger King. And they're like, like, you want a Whopper? And Vader's like, and, like, Chewie just goes like, whatever. He's like, don't, and then Yoda said, keep the Wookiee hungry, you must not. And I'm like, I thought, like, Yoda was, like, my favorite character right off the bat, because he was small and green, and I thought he was awesome. But that was, like, the first thing I've ever seen with Star Wars was the Burger King commercial for Episode 3. And after that, I was like, oh, okay. And then, like, as soon as I saw a toy lightsaber, it had Yoda, like, a picture of Yoda on the package. I'm like, I had to have that. And, like, I got that, but it was before I ever even watched any of the Star Wars movies. Okay, so then, like, obviously, I was in foster care and all that kind of stuff. But they had, like, original Xboxes everywhere. And my actual first, getting to know Star Wars experience was Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2. That is literally that's my first Star Wars experience. Like, of actually anything story-wise. And that's when I fell in love with Boba Fett playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. And my first movie I ever watched... The first movie I ever watched was Attack of the Clones when I got it for Christmas in 2007.
Damn.
And that's when I loved Jango Fett. So, like, so eventually I had them all and I watched them all.
I never understood why you liked those guys from the movies. When they died so much.
The way they looked.
When they died, like, pathetically.
It was the way they looked, and I thought Jango was absolutely cool with the jetpack and all that.
He likes him because of Battlefront.
Yeah, that was my Star Wars experience.
That makes sense, why I liked him so much.
Yeah, so then, awesome. I watched Attack of the Clones first, and I got to see Jango and all that. I thought it was real. And eventually, when I did watch them all, the most iconic to me, personally, obviously, I'm going to have to say the most iconic for me was, pretty much the I Am Your Father, the battle that led up to it, and all that other kind of stuff. I also have to say that, because, I didn't have the same experience, because from playing the games and all that other kind of stuff, I already knew that Vader was Luke Skywalker's father, but just, like, seeing that, like, watching all of that for myself, and, like, it's still really iconic, and even though I already knew it previously. Now, this seems personal to me, like, when it comes to iconic, would be kind of the Grievous and Obi-Wan battle in Episode 3. I actually, I thought that Lizard was absolutely cool. I love General Grievous, and that was actually, one of my favorite battles in Star Wars.
Thanks, I've been practicing that. I can finally talent. Thank you for saying that.
I really like that battle, and
I love that.
And what Star Wars pretty much means to me is, it brought me Boba Fett, brought me one of my favorite characters of all time, and yeah, I don't really have any deep meaning to it, because it is the story of how Anakin Skywalker develops the Stole After Him Club. But yeah, there's especially that Star Wars isn't just the movies. It's also everything that's not the movies too, like The Force Unleashed and the gameplay behind that, and the novels, and how they got me my AR points, bro. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
No way.
Bro, I read the Darth Bane books, and each of those books are worth 15 points apiece, bro.
Damn, I just cheated every year and retook all the Harry Potter ones.
Story and the leading, because everything was to lead to the Chosen One. Even before Episode 1, some of it was still leading to the Chosen One who was going to bring balance. And a lot of stuff happened right before Episode 1. I've been reading about. And in between Episode 1 and 2,
Did you ever read the novels of like they were smaller novels, but it was pretty much like the stories of like Anakin and Obi-Wan between episodes 2 and 3.
No, I know stuff. I don't know.
No, we said between 1 and 2, not between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much like them going on stories with like youngling Anakin. Like,
I don't think I'm gonna get to stream tonight because it's already fucking 11 o'clock.
But yeah, it was.
Sorry, Richie.
So now that I've put out everything there, we're gonna get on to Kiradon and see what he has to say.
Okay.
Finally. My name, Lee, bro.
Alright. Want to hear how I got into Star Wars?
Yes.
It was through the Christmas special, wasn't it?
Oh, shit.
Don't talk about the Christmas
Guys,
special.
I have a pop figure of Boba Fett from the Christmas special on my desk right now.
I actually heard that, like, some kind of comment that was made in either one of the games or one of, like, the TV shows made Light Day canon. Just like, but yeah.
Oh, it did. They mentioned it in Mandalorian.
I really don't want to go back.
But okay, no, my story is actually my story is actually going to be quite different from the rest of y'all's, because how I got into Star Wars, cultural osmosis.
Same.
It was just everywhere. I couldn't really avoid it, so I guess I
was it in Newmont?
No. Oh hell no. No. I just like remember being a kid, and it's like I think they were doing a run of it on the TV or something. It's like, yo, these laser swords are awesome. And all these droids.
I think every kid, like, dude, the droideka. I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, droidekas are awesome.
Until you play as them in Battlefront, and like they're squishy as fuck.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you on this. I had a lot of the toys too, especially from
Yeah, I did too.
Actually, here's the thing that I can actually relate to. I think what was it? Who said like they had Attack of the Clones?
That was me. That was my first one I saw.
Basically, like again, I can only like catch Star Wars media on and off based on availability. And like my parents were never into Star Wars because I think they were like living in a different country at the time. So, but like again, like I just kind of like it's just through cultural osmosis because like everybody loves Star Wars. And then like the only like actual the first media I owned was like I think it was like it might have been like some kind of pirated DVD of Attack of the Clones. And like that was like the only consistent exposure I had to Star Wars.
That's crazy.
So like
speaking of pirated DVDs, who as a kid did not own a pirated Dark Knight?
It's pirated. It's what we do.
Dark Knight?
Yes, I knew so many people that had bootleg. That had a freaking bootleg Dark Knight and bootleg Iron Man 3.
I did not either.
I think I did. I don't think I watched it that much.
Then again, that was the most pirated movie of all time, I think.
Yeah. But no, like,
Speaking of which, I have one now.
Despite as reviled people say, like Attack of the Clones, it kind of has like I have a soft spot for it. Just
from a story perspective, it's great. Now, from a technical perspective, but,
I actually kind of liked it for weirdness.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I'm gonna get into Star Wars to me. Because all you were saying, it's like the story of Darth Vader. It wasn't really ever that for me.
I want to hear this.
Okay, so like Star Wars to me is fascinating. That's what it is to me because
fantasy.
It was this entire world that was dreamt up from the imagination of one man, and it has captivated. Right. It wasn't even like the imagination of a world; it was the imagination of an entire galaxy and a system of like a metaphysics to the laws of the universe and everything. And like this was all from one guy, and this honestly should just be like just trapped in the dimensions of this man's mind, but like. He put it out there, and it captivated the entire world, and like, including me. So it's always been this because, like, again, like I think like the moment that like I really got into Star Wars, like I guess like when watching A New Hope, the moment I really started getting into it was the cantina scene. Yeah, like seeing all these cool aliens just chilling out, like not afraid of each other.
And straight up
like,
Satan.
That's actually like this interesting dynamic that we haven't seen before between like humans and aliens. Just chilling out, but then like not always chilling out either, because like Greedo confronting Han's like, oh wait, no, there's like more going on here. Yeah, this is cool, and so you actually like try to turn to me about like the Mara Jade and stuff, and that's the thing. Like I actually kind of avoided the novels because like this is just more Luke Skywalker, and then like I kind of had enough of it from the movies, you know. I think the movies kind of like summed it up concisely.
Yeah.
So like,
well, that's the original. Like a lot of stuff is based, like the movies are based off novels or comics, but this is the opposite. Like the novels are based off of movies.
But yeah. So like that was always Star Wars to me. It's just this fascinating, captivating kind of universe. This completely dreamt up, like and fleshed out universe. And so like that's kind of like always what kind of kept me on Star Wars to this day, really. So like my scenes, my moments. I also kind of think like it's not fair with Star Wars because I say that scene in Empire.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to think of like I have one that's I'm pretty definite on is Darth Maul showing off that his lightsaber had 2 blades.
Yes.
Like when that happened, everybody was like, "What? A lightsaber can do?"
Or freaking
then the rest of the people that followed.
Yeah, Grievous have no Yoda at the end of Attack of the Clones. That was always like that blew my mind. Like even
Kylo
after
of the hill
fight, like even after Anakin and Obi-Wan on Episode 3, I still was like, but Yoda though.
Well, actually,
Yoda versus Palpatine was awesome too.
Oh,
like,
so good.
I'm gonna actually say this. I'm not as down with that as the rest of y'all, because like I always thought that Yoda was the kind of guy that didn't need a lightsaber before the that was always the vibe I got.
Well,
he had a smaller one too, though. Like he
didn't really use them.
Well, he didn't use the lightsaber as much. He would force jump around. And
it's not the size that matters; it's how you use it.
Well, no. I was thinking more like, because like here's the thing, I kind of like, because like when I look at Star Wars and see this fascinating universe, part of me realizes though it's also all kind of surface level. Because what this fleshed out universe has is like the potential of something interesting. So I'm always kind of been disappointed that like that Star Wars hasn't really explored the mind trick side of the Force. I feel like there's like a lot of avenues for like cool shit to happen with just like dealing with the Force mentally.
Yeah,
you should really look into the novels, dude.
But yeah.
You know what I think would actually be like really cool? Well, no, not what actually could. What was really cool? Like, remember, like Yoda, like you would be like you used to think like what with Vader and Luke, like absorbing the Sith electric with lightsaber or whatever, and then you see like obviously Mace did it, but when Yoda absorbed it with his freaking hand against Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. That's cool. Like when I saw that, it actually surprised me. It's like, oh yeah, Yoda can do that.
It's fucking Yoda.
Yeah,
well, that's one cool thing about Legends. Well, now Legends, they go over like all the what Force abilities people have. Like they explain it. Dude, Luke. Oh my goodness, he could like almost like he could like stop time. Like it got crazy. Like what you could do with the Force.
No, but like also there's the other thing that you said about letting George Lucas go like do what he wanted. I actually think there's the other side of like that was the other point I want to get to. How like if you know a lot about the behind the scenes of Star Wars, you actually realize how much of it is just surface level And the rest is just the rest,
it was
just
meant
everybody
to be so
else.
much deeper.
Everybody else just like latching onto things, like a lot of Star Wars like now is a lot of people like all over the place who like fell in love with it, just latching onto like one really,
latching on the surface level stuff,
or like and then fleshing it out themselves or something, you know, or very very small details, it's like and stuff like that. I could name so many things, but here's the thing. You said like if George Lucas was able to have his way, that's actually kind of because here's the thing. I think George Lucas has a lot of very good ideas, but he has problems on execution.
Yeah,
agreed.
Do you know about the first cut of A New Hope?
I've heard like bits and pieces.
They had to bring in Steven Spielberg, right?
No. At first, he just showed it off to Steven Spielberg and a couple of other directors because they were friends and everything.
Yeah.
So they showed it off and they watched the first cut of A New Hope.
Didn't they say it was like not even playable?
That's a problem. And so and this also goes on to the part about Star Wars fascinating me.
Well, you went to other people.
This shouldn't even exist.
Yeah.
As big as it is. If the original cut just made it out, like Star Wars would have just been like that really, really weird thing that came out in the 70s that had some charm, but was also just like kind of like just like really just like odd, you know.
Like Star Trek to me.
Oh yeah. You can look around for really obscure like old sci-fi movies from the 70s, and like the first cut of Star Wars probably would have fell into that.
Yeah.
But like it was through like very meticulous editing by his editing team that just like trimmed a lot of fat, reorganized some scenes.
You ever seen the original with the stormtrooper that was too tall for like the doorway?
Oh, he bumped his head. It's still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet somebody latched onto that too and just created a whole backstory for the stormtrooper.
I think they did actually.
Well, that's why I think that when I said that like about his original script and stuff like that, it's just so interesting reading it. But there's no way. I mean, it didn't happen because of his execution. There's no way he could have executed what he wanted to do. It's just
I still
so
feel like
interesting.
no, because it turns out.
Hey Dylan, thanks for the resub.
This is going into film buff territory, because turns out like here's the thing: Spielberg, Lucas, all of them, they all have like their own like, kind of like old directors that they look up to in films that they like to pull from. Turns out like. Same with fucking Star Wars. Okay, in fact, Star Wars.
From what? Oh, I know this. It was.
Okay, the original, the trilogy was actually pulled from a lot of Akira Kurosawa films.
Yes.
Samurai movies.
Yep,
Screen Wipe. That was such a fucking Akira Kurosawa thing. But then there was also what was it? There was this obscure movie that the prequels were more based off of. You know, I think it was like about like it was like this kind of like war drama about like I don't know, communist Russia. But
that one I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's very obscure. But there were like way too many parallels to draw between that movie and like I think it was either Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. But like yeah, there was like and so like he. So that's actually what the prequel trilogy is to me. It's not actually that much about Darth Vader to me. In fact, I feel like the one sentence that summed up the point of the prequels was Padme's line in Episode 3. This is how democracy dies, with thunderous applause.
Yeah, that's a good line.
So all of the prequels was supposed to be a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Okay. So and so that's actually like. I feel like that's like the heaviest fucking line to ever come out of a movie. It's Star Wars, you know. And so like that's always kind of been I guess like to me Star Wars has always been the world more so than the stories. The story about like Luke or the Skywalkers or whatever.
Dude, after that line you just felt so much weight drop, like this is really happening.
Okay, because you know what the prequels is about? Crisis to install a dictator. Okay,
it's about Darth Sidious. It's always about
the fact that the fact that the movies went with calling him Chancellor. You know who else was Chancellor for a time before becoming supreme ruler? Hitler.
Oh God!
Yeah.
And did you know the Sturm Abdulum, which were Hitler's personal army, was German for stormtrooper?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, they had shock troopers too.
Many parallels. Yeah, many parallels.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
well, the Rebels also had shock troopers, so.
Yeah.
So the Rebels were Hitler?
So yeah, but I guess if I were, because I'm trying to think of a second scene, and I can think of so much, like pod racing, the battle on Hoth, like fucking the trench run.
Now this is flattering.
Yeah. Not that part, but just the pod racing part, the actual pod racing.
No, but what I was going to say earlier about the toys, someone brought up toys. I know I did, but someone says toys. I had a lot of toys from episode 1, like Phantom Menace, and dude, I had a Watto toy. And I'm not even joking, I love that toy, dude.
Watto.
Yeah, just a small little Watto toy.
It's a Watto kid.
I thought he was so cool. I thought he was indestructible because like the little Jedi mind tricks didn't work on him. So anytime I needed someone to battle, Qui-Gon or something, I'd send Watto out.
Well, Watto's just some sleazy merchant. He's not worried.
Hey, waiting for his origin story, so.
You ever actually played through the Bounty Hunter game, though, and like there was a creature kind of like Watto that was like Django's best friend?
No, I didn't.
What?
It was like a female Watto, bro.
Actually, you know what? Here's my second thing from Star Wars. Fuck it, it's not the movies. KOTOR 2. Kreia is the most interesting character in like Star Wars, all of Star Wars. So yeah, whatever. But like, I can name so much about the movies though. But yeah,
that's awesome. That's interesting too. But that's everyone has their own views about the movie. I mean, it's a universe.
It's a universe. You can you can draw part of it. You could be way more into the Old Republic than any of like the.
Oh, I know people who are like
the Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. So
Or you could just be in love with the prequel or the sequels because
that's how New Gorilla is. Like he's really into the Old Republic.
Or Raven or Raven or whatever. Revan. There it is.
Revan's dude, like
the OG guy.
Oh yeah.
I just got done reading about him too.
Wasn't Plagueis one of Bane's apprentices?
I don't know.
I think it was the second.
I think so. I think it's the other way around.
No, Bane was before Plagueis because Plagueis went to Sidious. It was Bane. Bane had a female apprentice, and then Plagueis was Sidious.
I don't know. I don't know of anything before prequels.
You could also be into Star Wars. It has nothing. Just the droids and the spaceships and the space battles. That was awesome. Or like the seedy underbelly with like Jabba's palace and Han Solo and all of his like stuff. We're dealing with like Orlando and Cloud City. He's like, yo, this is a whole universe that you can explore. You can get lost.
I remember playing Cloud City on the first ever Battlefront.
Why wasn't that in the second one?
Yeah, I guess I have this complex relationship with Star Wars. I'm still a fan, but I feel like I'm not a fan of everyone else.
Yeah.
You're not on the bandwagon. Put it that way.
I feel like I still see all the flaws of Star Wars, but I love it still.
I think I know Star Wars fans that only like Chewbacca or something. So. So I think that they're more of like the newer generation Star Wars fans that just like one character and think they're cute or something like that.
Like I'm not. I have to bring it up. I have to.
Oh no!
Bring it up, bro.
Like the people who are like that with Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
spoiler alert.
You realize that's why a lot of people watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was because of Baby Groot.
Yeah,
that's true.
Did you know that Taika Waititi was playing IG-11?
I knew that. I found out that was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Because he had a part in developing it.
The funny thing, the first time you see an IG droid in Empire, and he's supposed to be a bounty hunter droid, I was like, how is that supposed to be a bounty hunter? But then I saw him going to work in the Mandalorian, it's like, oh my god, that's the most terrifying thing ever.
That was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That was absolutely amazing.
I didn't think about him like that. He could just literally have 360 operation and 2 eyes pointing in different directions and shit. It's like, oh my god. So, yeah.
It was legit.
Again, the Star Wars universe can still surprise you too and shit. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
How do you feel about Rogue One?
I mean, I think it's one of the most realistic Star Wars stories.
Again, my favorite parts of Star Wars are the main aspects.
The what aspects?
That's why I feel like that's also why I kind of feel on Clones, because we got a good look at Coruscant and stuff. And just seeing what the slums look like in Rogue One or whatever, being in prison is like.
1313 would have been great for that.
Oh yeah, 1313. I was actually super looking forward to 1313.
Well, 1313 I think was in the original script of Return of the Jedi, because actually in Return of the Jedi they were supposed to have the final battle on Coruscant.
I thought it was supposed to be a Mustafar or Falcon.
But actually, you know what? You know what's now my most...
I think there was a secret base
actually,
on 1313 in Coruscant.
My new most favorite thing, though, about Star Wars is actually in Fallen Order. You can actually, before you actually, fight the Stormtroopers, you can actually just hide behind a corner and just listen to them talk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I did notice that. I thought
you know what? Cool. That's, the best thing ever so far. Just listening to, these, average Joe Stormtroopers just talking about shit.
I was watching the intro, when the clone troopers would be like, hey, kid, what's up? And...
I'm not that deep into Fallen Order yet, so...
I thought that was the beginning.
No. What? I don't know if you guys ever watched Video Game Donkey. Watch his video on the new Star Wars game.
Actually, no. There was a line. Actually, I'm going to just say this one line that I heard that got spoiled. It's not that big a spoiler, but in fact, this was in the demo that they showed off before, where you're crawling all over fucking AT-AT on Kashyyyk.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And apparently, when you get to the cockpit, if you actually just hang there and don't knock them out yet, you actually hear how one of them just says I was actually came here on vacation with my family once before the Empire. Yeah, weird being back like this. Don't think about it, kid. It's just a job. I love that line so much. That says so much about the world, you know. So yeah,
that's great for world.
Was Kashyyyk a tourist spot? Was it some kind of Amazon cruise, or was it maybe where the Wookiees really cool? It's Chewie's cool. So
that's how they fund everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then enjoyed it to the game.
Yeah.
Nice. By the way, Kieran, how did you feel about the flashback with the Super Battle Droid?
Which one?
Oh, I like that.
The Mandalorian.
Ah, shit. I'm not entirely caught up on the...
I never realized the Super Battle Droid was so freaking scary until they put that scene.
Roger.
No, okay, so you got to see mostly just battle droids, and in Attack of the Clones, you saw the Super Battle Droids.
Oh yeah.
I know the arena or whatever.
Yeah.
But in the Mandalorian, they have when the Mandalorian was a kid or whatever, and it has the Super Battle Droids just wrecking everything, in a city.
Shit, that sounds cool. I need to watch that. Okay.
Anything becomes scarier once you put it from a civilian's perspective. Though.
Well, you think about it; these are robots.
But dude, I would like
Terminator.
I would like to see Star Wars like from the perspective of like just the average Joe.
I think the Mandalorian's kind of showing it, like with these flashbacks.
I think that'd be awesome. Like to see more of that.
Actually, I think like the interesting like little like novelty of Mandalorian is that like this is actually like the first time on the big screen we're seeing a good father figure. That's like I didn't realize how that was such a novelty in Star Wars. So,
I love how the episode was titled "The Sin." I was like, what? I was like, why is it titled this? And then I'm like, oh. And then in the next episode, he goes back. I'm like, but that dude, when he was taking out the stormtroopers, holy crap!
Oh, the whistling birds.
Yes. And just pretty much him getting out of the facility, like getting out of there. And then when all the like the rest of them come to help him escape. Dude.
It was legit.
That show is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
That wraps up my bit.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad. I'm pretty sure this ran over time, so we can maybe do
it ran more than double it.
Well, honestly, yeah, okay. I actually like long podcasts. Something to listen to at work. So.
True. This is out of format though for our normal ones.
I think we can probably we could probably like make it into a two-parter actually.
Maybe. I'll see about it.
But yeah, that wraps it up. I hope the people who are listening to this right now enjoyed this little Webisode / podcast. I mean, I did. I got a lot of discussion out.
This was cool. I like this. I like these telling your own stories ones.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Webisodes.
Anyways, we're gonna call it there, guys.
Yeah, the thing I like about like the Webisodes, pretty much like you don't need to research or know exact facts or whatever. You pretty much from like your point of view, you talk about things.
All right, I'm gonna still be live, but I'm gonna cut it there.
Yeah, I am too.
All right, night, everybody.